Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. We are still in the middle of our Jewel expedition, but a new version was released and now we are on Kerbal Space Program 0.25. And with this update, a new building was implemented, the administration building. Then we got some new parts for airplanes or space planes, so we got new parts for our spaceplane hangar. And all the buildings on the Kerbal Space Center area are now destructible. So in this case, we just can crash a rocket into it, and then this building will explode, and we can't use it anymore until we rebuild this building. So this is quite interesting, but on the other hand, I do not like to destroy my Kerbal Space Center, and well, in this case, yeah, it's nice to know that I now can destroy it, but I don't like to do it. And then we also got some information about things that are lying around in the vicinity of our Kerbal Space Center. So we now can see there is debris from a Kerbal departure stage too. And I can't remember when I did the last launch in my save game. So yeah, these debris are pretty old, and I assume these are just the structural things, the launch tower basically, which are still standing around on top of the launch pad. Okay, then, yeah, the first thing, the administration building. Well, I'm not quite sure what I should do with it. Well, obviously, I'm quite sure about what this is going on with this, because in the last update we got the currency or the money, and we got some reputation. The science was already in the game, but now we got even some strategies to improve a little bit more the tycoon part of the game. And personally, I'm not so much a fan of this, because I like the way to play this game as well as a simulator, and to be able to explore and to discover new things, to build huge rockets, or to think about how I can arrive at, I do not know, at the moon or at Minmus or something like this. So I'm not so much about thinking about how much money does my mission cost, and how much prestige or how much reputation I get. And well, even the contracts are pretty cool, which were added in the last episode, or not in the last update. But I see them more like an idea of what I can do if I don't come up with any other ideas. Like, I finished all the celestial bodies, now I do not know what I should do next. So okay, let's do some contracts. Okay, in this case it might be nice. But, well, I do not care so much about this tycoon part of the game, and so I'm not quite sure what I should do with this administration building. Let's talk about this. We got some strategies we can open up, like fundraising campaign. Effects: takes 5% reputation gains, yield 7.1 funds for each unit of reputation. So this means that we can convert some of our reputation for some fundings. And then pattern slicing takes 5% science and gives us funds, so we can convert science and prestige to funds. Linus Kerman, the first one was Mortimer Kerman, the finances. Then we have our science guy, Linus Kerman, 5% reputation for one science or for science, or funds for science. Okay, so we can even convert funds or reputation for science. And let me guess, Walt Kerman, the public relations guy, will just convert all the currencies to reputation. Yes, 5% income for reputation, or 5% of science also for reputation. And Gus Kerman, operations, minus 6.75% funds off on launch costs and R&D purchases, minus 27 reputation on each discount. Okay. Recovery transponder fitting, plus about 10% funds to launch costs, plus 5.5% to vessel recovery factor. Yeah, so you see, I can basically now change a little bit the way how my income is working. But yeah, as I said, I'm not so much about the tycoon part of the game. Currently I'm doing some contracts, and well, at some point I might be finished with the contracts, or I'm not so much interested in the contracts anymore, because I like to do just rocket launches, or I like to build a huge space station or so. And when I run out of money, I'm currently thinking even about just editing my save game to add some more money, because I really do not care about this tycoon part of the game. So in this case, I'm not quite sure if I can do anything with Mortimer, Linus, or Walt Kerman. The most interesting thing to me seems to be from Gus Kerman. There are minus 6.75% funds off on launch costs, because, well, this would give me the chance to save some money when I do some frequent launches to build up a science station or something else like this. So I think this might be the only way I will go for. But yeah, I'm not quite sure. Currently, I do not want to activate any strategy. I just wanted to cover it. So yeah, this is interesting, but I'm not quite sure what I should really do with this. Because yeah, for me it's more about spaceflight and about exploration. So yeah, let's get rid of the administration building. But let's go back to the spaceplane hangar. Because now we got some interesting parts. We got the MK2 cockpit. This is looking like this. This is really cool. We even can lights on. We can even switch on the lights inside this capsule. This is pretty amazing. By the way, can I even do this with such a capsule? Let me just see. Can I toggle flag? No. Okay, I can't switch on the lights for this capsule. Then we got this inline cockpit, so we can even add something in front of the cockpit, which is also pretty amazing. Then we got a MK2 drone core, so we can even create some automatic space planes. This is also amazing. Then we got, of course, new fuel tanks. Let me just see. No. Center of thrust. Over here, we got some new fuel tanks, so we can have even something like, or we can have a longer fuel tank, or what I think is pretty cool is a bicoupler, because this gives us this structure, and then we could pretty easy add some, or add two engines at the same time. So this is really amazing. I like this design. And of course we got even some more, let me just see, aerodynamic pads. We got a small delta wing, normal delta wing. Okay, these were already in the game. Then we got some cool control surfaces, like the 11-1. This is a little bit a bigger one. We just add it over here. Or we got 11-2, which is a little bit more shaped and not just a straight line. Wait, let me just edit. Okay, this is pretty cool. And structural wing. I think these were already inside the game. But yeah, this is cool, And we got some different wing connectors, like a wide wing connector or a smaller one. This is pretty amazing. And what else? Then we got structural wing, a little bit longer. And we even got some swept wings, like these ones. These are really sharp, or a little bit a wing like this. So this is pretty cool that we now have some more spaceplane parts, and they are looking a little bit more aerodynamic. So this is really cool. And then we even got in the utility part, we now have the hitchhiker storage container, but we do have also now a MK2 crew cabin, and this is basically a part to transport some carbonauts into space. So if I add this, this is in the exact same design as the other spaceplane parts, and there we can store up to 4 Kerbals, I guess. Crew capacity 4 Kerbals. Yes, we can store 4 Kerbals inside this, so this is cool. So we can build a crew transporter, and we even got some cargo bays. This is also amazing. So as you can see over here, I can add a cargo bay, I can close it, and then I can really store some things inside this cargo bay. And yeah, so this is really amazing, and I pretty much like these new spaceplane parts. These are really amazing, and I think this is the best part of the whole patch, because as I said, with administration building, I'm not quite sure what I should do with this, because I'm not so much about a tycoon game player, I'm more about an explorer. So yeah, in this case, I do not care about money, I do not care about launch costs, I just want to care about how do I or what do I need to do to arrive at a certain celestial body, or to build a space station or something like this. But in this case, I am already looking forward to the next update, because 0.26 should add a lot of more biomes to the game, so that every celestial body then features different biomes. And yeah, this is really cool, and this is really a thing for me as an explorer I'm looking forward to, because, well, this is exactly what I like to do. I like to go exploring, I like to find ways how to access all the different biomes, and yeah, so in this case, this is pretty cool. And now I have already created an airplane called Swallow. And well, this is my new research airplane I've created. It's a little bit like the old one, but now only with the new spaceplane parts. I've added a fuel tank in front of it. I'm using the inline cockpit to no 3 landing wheels. And of course, yes, another thing, we got even some new air intakes. We got these sideways air intakes, or how they are called. Let me just see. No. They are called structural intake. This is cool. Then we got the shock cone intake. A shocking new intake from the C7 Aerospace division that brought you much adored parts such as the delta wing and the standard nose cone. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This is really amazing, and I like this new slim design. And well, then as a research plane, I have even added some. Currently I've added just a battery and 4 of the basic scientific instruments to the interior of the cargo bay. But yeah, so I just tried it out, and now I like to go with the Swallow, and I like to go flying with you, but not with these stupid orange guys. No. Their first flight should be done by a very special crew member. In this case, yeah, I think I have set up everything. We can now launch. Yeah, let me launch. Let me do our first test flight with the new spaceplane parts. And yeah, these are really cool. And let me now at first enable the brakes. And one thing which is also pretty cool, the new inside view of the cockpit. This is really amazing because the old cockpit, the old inline cockpit, had not an interior view. So now this is pretty amazing that we even can look outside of the window. But I'm not quite sure if this is really useful to fly. I think I will try it. I think I will try it out to make a takeoff from this point of view, but I'm not quite sure if this is really working well. So in this case, let me now see. I think I need to release the brakes. I'm not quite sure is here IG. I don't think that here is an indication if I have the brakes. Okay, then I should enable SAS. Okay, SAS is on. Then I should start my engine. Okay, engine seems to be running. Let me enable the light. Okay, we do not see anything from the outside. Oh, speaking of the light, let me just go out and let me lights on. Is here a difference inside? I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. Okay, what? KOS? A fatal exception has occurred. The current application will be terminated. Press any key to terminate the current application. Press Ctrl Alt Delete again to restart your computer. Press any key to continue. Ooh, this sounds not good. This sounds not good. Luckily, we are still on the runway. But yeah, okay, now, engine is running. Let me throttle up. Okay, we are well throttled up. We are moving. This is good. Where is my... There, surface velocity. We are at 60 meters per second. Okay, let me try. Am I... Yes, I think I'm gaining altitude. Yes, I'm gaining altitude. This is good. Okay, we can see a little bit, but, well, we can just... Or the only thing we can do right now is to rely on our instruments, because, well, the view to the outside is pretty limited. Okay, we are above 500 meters above surface. This is good. Okay, yes. Let me just fly a turn. Okay, I think we are turning. At least there... Yeah, I think we are turning. But yeah, so I think it's pretty complicated to steer the thing from the inside. I'm not quite sure if I'm able to. Let me just see. I think I need now to turn in order to do a normal flight around the runway. I need now to turn to north. Let me just do this. I'm not quite sure if I'm able to do this. Okay, now I'm facing north. Now I'm flying to the north. This is good. Okay, so far so good. And, okay, I think we are directly over the bay area of our science center, or our Kerbal Space Center. Now let me turn to our westbound direction so that I'm heading to 270 degrees. Oh, I do have even down here a vertical speed indication. This is useful. This is useful that I'm sure that I'm gaining or losing altitude to determine this indication. Okay, now I'm flying to the west. Oh, this is helpful. Okay, we have a visual over to our runway. Let me know. Okay, how do I... Let me know. Throttle down a bit. Okay, maybe halfway down. This is not quite helpful. Over there, there's a very bright dot. I assume this is Minmus. I think we do have a visual on Minmus. Okay, we are currently performing a parallel flight to the runway. Oh, no, we are not seeing anything. Okay, this is good. I'm not quite sure if I'm able to perform a landing from this point of view. I think this could be quite complicated, at least the takeoff, and most of the traffic pattern worked quite well. Okay, I think now it's time to turn around. Now I need to turn. I'm just relying on my instruments in order to perform all the things. Now I need to turn to the 180-degree mark so that I can approach the runway. Let me just throttle down a bit more. Okay, let me know. The velocity is currently 125 meters per second. Okay, now let's straighten up this airplane. Okay, we are now approaching the runway. This is good. I think I need to throttle down even more because I have the feeling we are quite fast. And it's pretty bad that I do not have a visual outside the window to see the runway, and we even have no instrumented landing system, an ILS or something like this, which could help us. Okay, let me throttle down a bit more. Now let me deploy the gear. Okay, gear should be out by now. This is good. Okay, let me see. The runway is over there. Let me now turn over. Let me now turn around and align with the runway. Okay, we are losing. Let me now throttle completely down. Okay, we are just gliding right now. This is good. Okay, let me just throttle a bit up. I do not have a visual on the runway. This is problematic. Where's the runway? There's the runway. Okay. There's the runway. 300 meters altitude. This is good. And decreasing. This is also useful. Or good to know. Okay, let's line up with the runway. Ooh, this is exciting. Okay. Let's turn around. Okay. Let's think we are almost lined up with the runway. I haven't practiced this yet. We have 100 meters altitude. Okay, we are a little bit too much to the side. Let me just throttle up a bit. Ooh, it's hard to see. I have no clue where I am. It's really complicated. Okay, let me flare up the nose. Ooh. I think something exploded. Ooh. And. Okay. We are on the surface. We are... Okay. I'm trying to brake. Something broke off of my plane. We heard an explosion. Ooh, what happened? Okay. At least I made it safe back to the ground, or well, I am still alive. So, okay, landing from a cockpit view is not completely easy, because it's pretty hard to see something outside of these windows. Okay, let's see. What is the damage? We just lost our engine. Okay, we just lost the engine. All the other parts are still in good shape. This is good. Okay, so this is cool. This is really amazing. This was fun. Okay, so this was exciting to fly around. Let me know. Yeah, let me just, what should I do? Okay, I think we should see a little bit the whole flight from the outside, so let me just revert to launch, because I think, except for the beautiful interior view, which was pretty amazing, we should also see a little bit more of the outside view. It was just a nice challenge for me if I'm able to fly the thing. Lights on, and except that I destroyed my engine, the whole flight was basically a success. because I managed to fly successfully around the runway and to land again on the runway only from the cockpit view. Well, of course, I think I flared up a little bit too much the nose, and that's why I destroyed my engine. But except for this, yeah, I think this was a pretty good flight, and it was nice to control an airplane from the interior view. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. And now let's see the whole thing a little bit from the outside. It looks a little bit more like an actual plane. I like this design. This is cool. It's pretty good to maneuver around, as you can see. And, well, I'm not quite sure about the performance of this airplane. If you remember the previous version, the old version with the old parts, was able to go straight up, and I'm not quite sure. I think we reached a very high altitude, so let me just see. Is this construction also able to go straight up, or will the thing just collapse and uh, get destroyed or anything like this? Let me see what is the performance of this airplane. And how's the interior view at this point? Okay, we are just seeing black. We are just seeing black. And no, I do not want to attempt again a landing from the cockpit view, because this is really complicated to see or to align with the runway and to flare up the nose. But in the end, as you have seen, the landing was to some degree a success, because yeah, I managed to get down to the runway and I landed on the runway. And except for the engine, everything was still in good shape. So I'm pretty happy about this. And now let us see how capable this airplane is. Okay, it's still able to go straight up. This is cool. So we are gaining a good amount of altitude. Oh, the sun is rising. This is also cool. This is really cool. Okay, yeah. What about our air intake? Okay, air intake is still there. This is good. But we are a little bit slow. I'm not quite sure how fast we were, as we did the same test with our previous airplane. So let me just see. I don't think we are still in the thick part of the atmosphere. I'm not quite sure. I don't think we should open up the cargo bay right now. But well, after the landing, maybe after the landing, I will do this. And we are even speeding up. We are speeding up because we are getting into the thinner part. Whoa, whoa! This is cool. Look at this. We have a nice view. We have the moon rise, and we have Minmus over there. This is an amazing view. This is cool. Wow. This is really beautiful. I like this a lot. And I'm really looking also to fly back to the moon, because, well, the moon is still one of my most favorite targets. Of course, I managed to land on all the Julian moons, well, except for Ball, but this is only a matter of time. I landed on all the other planets, and, well, still, the moon is really one of my favorite celestial bodies, because it's so close to Kerbal Space Center. There is no interplanetary flight involved. And yeah, in this case, it's pretty cool. And what are we doing now? We are still having some intake left. We are speeding up. Oh no, now we are losing velocity again. So I think this new construction might be a little bit heavier than the old one. And I don't think that we can get this peak altitude as before with this design. But nevertheless, we are able to go straight up, and we have even achieved an altitude of more than 16 kilometers. Now we are really losing velocity, although we do have a little bit air intake left. Okay, what is the peak altitude? What is the peak altitude for going straight up? Well, let me see. 18 kilometers, very nice. We have a beautiful visual on the moon. Okay. We are still going up. Okay, okay, okay. Look at the velocity. It's decreasing, it's decreasing. And what is the peak altitude? Come on, just a little bit, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And okay, that's all. That's all. 18 kilometers and 800 meters. Let me now throttle down and let us go straight down again. And I think if I do it a little bit more carefully, if I do it a little bit more careful, like, okay, doing a normal ascent, a normal airplane ascent, and yeah, speeding up so that the air intake gets more air inside it because of the higher velocity and the higher airstream, then I might be able to get even higher, maybe to, I'm not quite sure. above 20 kilometers, maybe up to 30 kilometers or so. But for straight up, this was quite nice. And now we need to go down again. Let's go straight down. Let me just see this from the interior view. Okay, this is looking much more spectacular. Woo! Ooh, okay. Yes, okay, this is going down. Now we're getting into the thicker parts of the atmosphere again, so we are losing some velocity. This is good. Okay, I need to make sure that I do the pull out right before I crash to the surface. Otherwise, this would be, I think, maybe at 2 kilometers. Let me do it right now. Okay, let's pull up, pull out, pull out, pull out. Okay, well done, well done. Now we are gliding. We are just gliding. Okay, this is cool, this is cool. Okay, we are gliding this direction. Let me now turn around and get already the landing gear out. Always looking spectacular. And now I think with a better outside view and overall better view and overview over the situation, I should be able to perform a gently and great landing compared to the cockpit view where my viewing capabilities were pretty limited. Okay, let me now see. We are approaching the runway. This is nice. This is really nice. We are getting closer. We are well aligned. Okay. We are gliding down. Landing gears engaged. This is good. This is really good. Okay, let's start to flare up the nose a bit. Good, good. Let's flare up the nose a bit more. Okay, we are gaining altitude a bit. Wow, the thing has great gliding capabilities. Look at the surface velocity, and we are still gliding. This is amazing. This is really, really cool. Okay, don't flare up the nose too much, or otherwise you would kill again your engine. And a very soft and gently landing. Well done, well done. Okay, let's brake. Let's brake. Okay, okay. So much about the new spaceplane parts. This was pretty amazing. As I said, I do not want to destroy. Let me now turn around. I do not want to destroy any of the buildings. Okay, turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. Yes, 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 yes. Well done. Okay. Okay, let's come to a stop here. And shut down engine. Okay, now let's see. Let's see. Open cargo bay. Okay, now we can just see toggle display. About 19.52 degrees Celsius or about 20 degrees. Let me just see. Toggle display. About 1G. This is good. What is the pressure? Toggle display. 0.9862. Very nice. And gravioli. 9.81 meters per second squared. Well done. Well done. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And then, okay, another improvement is that we now have the chance to recover the vessel, or we can just go to Space Center. So it's no longer required that we need to press the escape button in order to go back to the Space Center. But I just like to recover the vessel now. And yeah, so this was pretty amazing to try out the new spaceplane parts. And okay, we are back. Recovery of a vessel that survived a flight. Okay, there are signs, parts. 39,481 and 100% value. Well done, well done. Okay, I'm not quite sure if I lost money or if I gained money. I'm not quite sure about the initial launch costs. And crew, available for new missions. Their reputation. Okay, so this was cool. And well, then I like to demonstrate you one thing, because the settings, now we do have difficulty options. Let me go over here. Allow reverting flights. I think at some point this could be quite interesting. Allow quick loading. This might be also quite useful. I like to keep the thing enabled. Missing crew spawn. Missing crews respawn. No, 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 no. I do not want that anyone is respawning. Auto hire crew members before flight. No, I want to use them, or I like to select them alone on my own. Indestructible facilities, no, they can explode, but I don't want to do this. Allow stock vessels. Well, I think I only like to keep allow reverting flights because this is quite useful for testing purposes. And allow quick loading is also useful to have a second save game, basically, in order to just go back if something breaks apart because of the Kraken or something like this. So yeah, let me just accept this. So now we do have difficulty options custom. Audio volume, I think the audio is okay. Close. Resume. I hope now the options are now saved. I'm not quite sure, but yes, okay. So this is cool. And now we are already at the end of this episode. Let us just have a view. Okay, Albatross is in the last episode docked or has docked with the Jewel Supply mission. Now Albatross is orbiting around Lace. Then we do have Bob Expedition. Bob Expedition needs to rendezvous at some point with Albatross in order to transfer the lander over to the driving section of Albatross so that they can return together at some point. And then Touchdown version 3, or better, the Lace and Wall Lander, needs to leave the sphere of influence of Lace in the next episode in order to fly over to Wall and to perform the landing on the surface of Wall so that we can finish off all the different celestial bodies in Kerbal Space Program. And yeah, so these are the goals for the next episode. And then, what else is going on? Then, of course, the Dress expedition is still flying, and it's about 80 days away from its arrival at at Kerbin on its return flight. The Elu supply mission is still 84 days out of Elu, so their supply mission for Jonsky and Lembro is on its way. And then we need to wait for Kerbin and Jewel to align in order to allow these Kerbonauts from the Drew expedition to return back home, and we need to wait that Elu and Kerbin are aligned so that even our Elu mission can return, and then we finished the whole exploration of all the different celestial bodies. But as I said, this is a thing for the next episode. In this case, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you will be joining me in the next episode when we do some more things in space around Jewel. In this case, until next time, my name is Zebby. See you!